On today's episode, a quick episode about timing. I'm Jeremy Fisher. This is The Awakening. Micro Edition. In 1998, an online service that provided pet supplies broke into the dot-com scene and excited lots of investors. This website, called Pets.com, was an Amazon-style website that allowed you to buy products for your pet online. If the concept sounds familiar, that's because there are lots of businesses that do that today. If the name Pets.com doesn't sound familiar, though, it's because they're no longer around. In February 2000, Pets.com raised over $80 million during their initial public offering, but filed for bankruptcy just 9 months later. Pets.com was one of the big names involved in what is now referred to as the dot-com crash. Why did Pets.com fail? The idea wasn't bad. As we've said, there are lots of other successful businesses that do this today. It's not because they didn't have enough money. $80 million is plenty to run a business like that. Pets.com failed because they had the right idea at the wrong time. The world wasn't ready to buy their pet products online. Pets.com was a fantastic concept that showed up in the world way too early. Timing is very important. Having the right idea at the wrong time is just about as bad as having a bad idea. I bring this up as a lesson for all of us, not the least of which, me. A couple months back, I planned to launch a wonderful idea that I've been talking to you about for some time. I was so excited about this concept, I could barely stand it. And right before it was set to launch, a few unavoidable life events dropped right into my lap all at the same time. Without getting too personal, I've been trying to catch up ever since, and I've had almost no time left over to devote to this launch or to working on the next season of the show. Now, this has been extremely disappointing to me. But life isn't about getting stuck in your disappointments. It's about rolling with the punches and realizing that just because the timing isn't right doesn't mean the idea isn't right. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to devote a little bit more time working out some of these things going on in my life before I can launch the third season of this podcast and, along with it, launch the idea that I've been talking about that could change thousands of people's lives. I wanted to send this episode out so that you would know what's going on, both to keep you in the loop, but also as a reminder, and just sort of like a level set that life happens to all of us. Now, there's a lot of people out there that are running online businesses, they're running regular businesses, they have podcasts, YouTube channels, whatever, and they don't let you inside on what's going on in their lives. They'll just pretend like everything is fine and come up with some fancy way of saying they decided to go a different direction. I'm not going to do that because you know as well as I do, that's not authentic. Life happens to all of us. Sometimes we can defy the odds and push forward no matter what happens. And there's a lot of motivational speeches and videos that would make you believe that there's something wrong with you if you just can't push forward no matter what happens. But I've found that other times you have to submit to the reality that things aren't always going to happen when you want them to happen. It's not a failure. In fact, it's a benefit because you're wise enough to realize that you're not in control of all aspects of your life. The only way to guarantee failure is to quit. And I hope you know me well enough to know that that's not going to happen. Thank you to those of you who have reached out directly and asked if I'm okay. I will keep you posted as things progress. In the meantime, keep hustling. I'll steal a quote from the movie Rocky. Life isn't about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. If opportunity doesn't come knocking, let's build a door.